Let's factor the trinomial 12x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x. 12 is the first coefficient, which we can factor into 4 times 3. The 4 factors again into 2 times 2, so we can write 12 as 2 times 2 times 3. If we expand the x cubed, we can write 12x cubed in its completely factored form, 2 times 2 times 3 times x times x times x. Negative 6 is the second coefficient. But we don't need to worry about the negative at this point. We can factor 6 into 2 times 3, which is completely factored. Now we can write the second term, still ignoring the negative for now. 6x squared is factored as 2 times 3 times x times x. The last coefficient is 3, but 3 is prime, so it only factors into 1 in itself. So we can write the third term factored as 1 times 3 times x. Since we have all three terms completely factored, we can identify the common factors and find the greatest common factor. Make sure that any factors you identify are common to all three terms, not just two of them. If we look at all three sets of factors, we can see that they all have a 3 and an x in common. If we multiply these together, we get the GCF to be 3x. Now all we have to do is factor it out. First, we take the GCF 3x and write it in front of a set of parentheses. Since our original polynomial had 3 terms this time, there have to be 3 terms inside those parentheses. Notice that I put the negative for the second term in the parentheses. Doing this is what has allowed me to ignore it up to this point. The first term is formed by multiplying the leftover factors from the 12x cubed. Notice that after we take out the factors that make the GCF, we have a 2, another 2, an x, and another x. If we multiply these all back together, we get 4x squared, which we put in as the first term in our parentheses. There is a 2 and an x left from the 6x squared, so 2x will be the second term in our parentheses. 1 is the only factor left in our last term, so we'll put the 1 in the parentheses as the last term of the trinomial.